Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ableton 11 Beginner's Guide. This is episode number 8. In this episode we are going to explore the actual arrangement editing, which is the core of songwriting. Everything that has to do with moving the clips inside the grid and building moments of our song. So now that we study the layout, the mixer, the grid, and how to read everything, we are going to go through the songwriting mode, which means how to move the clips left, right, up and down, and all this has to do of the decision of when the element should appear in our song. So I can zoom in, and I can obviously moving left and right our clip so that I can modify when we can start. I can go here and it will zoom out here. I can go back here, just on the edge of the screen. Then let's say that I want to take this whole thing, then I can move the whole song. I can just select everything. Now I just hold the mouse, I select everything, and I can make the song starting at 9. Let's undo. Or I can say, I want the song to start, I want to remove the first 4 bar and having the song start here instead of with the beginning. So I can just go here, I take everything, and I move the whole song here. While why I am highlighting everything, it's because I want to take all the information, including the information of the master and all the automation, and just move the whole thing here. I can also copy and paste. Like for example, I can feel that my song starts too early, finishes too early. So I want to take everything here. Well, let's take everything here. And I want to copy the whole thing. So I just right click, copy, and paste it here. So I have again my song. I duplicate the time, I duplicate the song. Let's say that I don't want this outro. I want from here. So I click this one and I go here with the mouse. I want this, all of this to be cancelled so that I can take this and I go here with the mouse and I unify those 2 parts so the song gonna carry on. There is another very useful things to do which requires less action. So let's go back to this. So I want to delete now this. What I can do, I can press Command Shift and Delete, and not only will delete the part that I wanted to delete, but it's also, let's undo, it's also moving this part here. So basically I'm saying to Ableton, I want to delete these things that is highlighted, and I want this part here to be in the position where this will be deleted. So if I press normal delete, it will just delete it. But if I press Command Shift and Delete, it will move automatically to the point, and that is really, really useful. Let's say that I want to insert some time, and so I can do this. I just say, I forgot, I can put a beautiful intro here, and I just forgot to put it. I can do this, or I can insert time. So you can insert time by Command E, set time to insert, and I can say I want to have 4 bars of silence. It is inserted. 4 bars of silence. So you can use this, or you can go here as well in this part, and I want all this song to start at 41. So I want all this to be starting at 41. So I will just go here, Command E, insert time, and I'm gonna insert, and I wanna insert 8 bars. Also, all the clips can be easily extended, also the audio, but there will be time where you will insert a clip that it's not going to be possible to extend. For example, I have this audio here, which I simply drag and drop from my library here, and I can see that there is no possibility of extend this. So there are a few things that we can do to make this as a loop and extend this clip. So the first things we can do is warp, because you can see that this is not warped. So when I press warp, I have now entered a new style of the clip, and I can just basically with our mouse, I can go here to enter a marker, and I can extend the loop. And you can see here that it's also been extended, and I can now extend it here. So you can see that I'm extending this, and I want this to be exactly 1 bar. So I go here until number 2, and now my loop is being extended to be like 1 bar. But I can see that I still cannot extend this. So what I can do here from this point, I press loop. Now, from here to here, which is the 1 bar distance, because you can see one bar, and that's the second bar. So the 1 bar, I can now extend it because I press loop. If I just remove the loop, it will come back to the origin. Then another really important thing that we should know about moving the clips is that in each channel of each sound, there is the grid, but the grid is divided into 2 lanes. There is the main lane, which means that you can take the whole clip from here and move it, right? And then there is the automation lane, which has to do with all the automation information. So if I want to move the guitar and I work here, I just can't. I'm not able to take this clip because I need to go here to do this. And other things you can do, I can take this. So with the mouse, I click here and I go until the beginning of the loop, and then I go above. Now I can just take this and just chop it out. So you see, I'll repeat it. I want to take this part. So I'm just gonna highlight a whole thing, and then I'm gonna go above to the main lane, and then everything has been selected. I can just click and it will automatically take it out. And other things I can do, I can just undo this whole things again. Let's say that I want to take this 4 little bar and I want to duplicate it. So instead of just pressing and moving like this, I can hold Option and I am duplicating this. When I'm hold Option again, I am just making duplicates every time. So very important to be able to understand this is the main lane, which includes everything, and the automation lane. That you see now when I'm gonna go above, there is these things that happen. Another thing that I think is really important, and I have made a tutorial about it, well, you can watch it here. It's called color coding. So when you're writing on arrangement mode, when you are writing the actual song, which is the songwriting, having a color coding of each category of sound is essentially important, in my opinion. So for example, you can see that every time I'm entering a channel, Ableton is deciding the color. So, and I don't always want the Ableton to decide the color for me randomly. So we can do one thing. I decided, and you can see in my tutorial, that the drums will be always in red color. So drums here, I have a jungle break here. It's gonna be red because it has to be with drums. Then we have a bass always black. Then we have piano and guitar. Piano and guitar, because are 2 melodic elements, I decided to have them blue. Then we have a vocal has to be white. And then we have this sound, which is a sound effect, and it's in the same part of the piano guitar, which is blue. So now that I have everything colored, I also want to move everything together. So piano guitar, go down here, voice at the end. So always the drums on the top, then followed by the bass, then the melodic stuff, and then the voice. But I can see that our clips are still the same color, random color. So the one thing I can do here is to click on the first channel, hold Shift, click on the last channel, or you can just click one channel and do Command A to select everything. and I will go right click, assign track color to clips. So now you can see that each clip is now corresponding to the same color, so that it's more easy for me to understand where I am in the song and how can I modify stuff. So it's much more easy for me to really visually see what is what, basically. So this was the 8th episode of arrangement editing, and in the next episode we're gonna go through audio editing, everything that has to do with audio clips and the internal editing of the audio clips. Stay tuned.